Welcome back to Horse Racing Today on Horse Racing Radar TV. As you can see, our good friend Terry made it back. He's got to make it back. It's Terrific Terry Thursday. He can miss Hump Day. He can miss Money Monday, but he can't miss Terrific Terry Tuesdays or Thursdays, especially when we are doing Saratoga, the spa. Now, I know last week we did the spa, but this is the official summer meet because last week was a festival for Belmont at Saratoga. I have no idea why the folks in New York do all these silly things, but hey, so be it. That's New York. You know what's not silly? To get yourself a Horse Racing Today t-shirt. You can do it right there. Best place to get that is to go over to horseracingtoday.net, click on that HRT gear. When the show is over, we will post all of our commentary from today's show along with the race replay in the comment section, in the description on YouTube. You will find a link to today's free picks at Guaranteed Tip Sheet. Please use that so they know where you're coming from. Of course, next week, a big midsummer classic, the Haskell. We'll have our wagering guide for that. Free track today in Ohio, Belterra Park. Use the link in the description on YouTube to do that. Also use the links in the description on YouTube to get our smart sheets for today, along with the explanation on how to use them. I can assure you, late nights, baggy eyes, and a lot of work there. There's some major enhancements forthcoming. They will be unquestionably the smartest sheets that you can find on the internet or anywhere in the world for horse racing. That's my commitment to myself and then to everybody else as well. All right, Terry, race number 1 today, 10-race card at Saratoga Springs. Beautiful part of the country if you've never been there, but Terry and I have been there.
Yes.
Hopefully we'll be in the winner's circle after race number 1.
All right. Well, it's going to be 1 1/8 miles, and it's an allowance race, $95,000 purse. It's for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward, foaled in New York State, and approved by the New York State Registry, which have never won $20,000 other than a maiden claimant starter, or which have never won 2 races.
Yeah, and the profile of the winner for 1 1/8 miles, and that's something I was working on. Profile of a winner, and they'll be very granular. So in other words, at parks, for example, on our Mondays and Tuesdays, if there's a 6 furlong race on the dirt, the profile of a winner will be very specific to that, and even more so specific towards fast dirt, sloppy dirt, muddy dirt, you name it. It's going to be that granular. In any case, for today, at least generally speaking, early speed does great. 31% of the time it goes wire to wire at 1 1/8 miles here at Saratoga. There's a rail discount. So Royal Bobby will have to work harder than perhaps most of the others. 2 and 3 get a bonus. 4 through 7 also discounted. 8 and out get a bonus. Not a whole lot of racing so far, so those numbers are subject to change, Terry. But our simulations, they are not. There's 1,000 of them, Terry, and based upon that, it looks like the 3 horse is the one they're going to have to catch early.
That's right. Look at that, 41.8%. As far as the data goes, the closest to it is the 5 at 24.8%.
Yes, the 3 also your top early pace horse, so very likely to get going there. Par race measures, Terry, which horses have shown they can hit the speed figure of 85 or at least come close to it. Looks like 2 of them have done it, and a couple of others have come close.
Yeah, 5 and 7 have both done it in the past, and 3 and 4 have come within 5 points of either equaling or exceeding the par speed number for this race.
Yeah, looking at this race, Terry, perfectly balanced. 2 in the front, 2 in the middle, 2 in the back that want to close, 3 in the middle. A couple of interesting points here. You see the 2 horse has some better pace and better fractions last time out. The only horse in the field to do that. There we also see something that stands out for the 2 horse as well.
Yeah, it's got a best jockey, best trainer, so I think it's the best jockey trainer combination for the race.
The other standout we see in here, Terry, is the 5 horse. It has a top total pace score, so we add early pace and late pace equals total pace, and you'll see that's a 2-length advantage because every 5 points equals 1 length. So if all things go according to plan here, Terry, the 5 horse should win this race and maybe comfortably. Is that what you think will happen?
Yeah, I do. I think the 5 horse Sweet Anniversary, she should go, and she finished in the money in 9 races out of her last 10 starts, winning 5 of those starts. And I love competitive horses like this. She's ran 3rd in her last start, and she has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Grace Reformed, the 7 second choice, ran 2nd versus similar in her last race, her highest last speed rating. Yeah, and she has the highest class speed rating, and she has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. The 2 is my third choice. Ran third in her last race, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey, and a bullet workout, 4 furlongs on July 4th. And then Rodeo Star, the 4, my long shot. She finished third in her last race. Her early speed running style will help her chances, and she has a high percentage winning trainer. No additional bets for me here.
I'm going to start with the 5-horse too, Terry. That one has that top total pace, 2 lengths over everybody else, 1 of 2 yes horses. It's the only, as we see in our worksheet here, the only class dropper, the 5-horse. Number 7, Grace Reform, currently the betting favorite, the only other yes horse in the field. Third start after a layoff, getting a little bit of a weight break today. Number 2, Cha Ira. I think that's how you say that. This one's getting better by the race. Much faster last time out. It's a fast track today, and this horse has finished in the money 5 of 5 on fast. That's an alliteration. Everything's starting with F. And then finally, Chasing Daylight. Well, everybody could be chasing this one. Should be on the lead. It has a solid C-zone down here as well, Terry. It's the second highest C-zone, which measures the early pace of this race today and how likely today's race will match the horse's best performances. So keep an eye on that 3, getting out to the front and potentially staying there all the way around the track. No bets for me, as Terry and I have what we call Benny in the Bets, a $100 budget that we can place wagers on however we see fit. Race 2 is what we're going to do now, Terry. What are the conditions for the second?
Okay, we're going to shorten up to 5.5 furlongs, and we're going to go on the turf. It's an optional claiming race, $50,000 claiming price. If you elect to put your horse in there to possibly be claimed, it's per $63,000. It's for 3-year-olds and upward, which has started for a claiming price of $50,000, or last which have never won 2 races, which have started in a maiden auction race for $50,000 or less, or which have never won 2 races, or claiming $50,000 race and never won 2 races.
Yeah, way too much going on there for sure. Yeah, maybe we'll find a way to put this in AI and have some AI read it off. We're working on some of that content as well. Just basic stuff, nothing that we're not going to default to AI on our picks or anything like that. In race number 2, what you're looking for, according to our profile of a winner, early speed, 6 out of 12 races in this situation have gone wire to wire. None have won from the rail. So my life story, going to have to work a little bit harder. 2 and 3, get a bonus. 4 through 7 a discount. 8 now to bonus again, Terry. I think a key factor here is early speed, with half of them going wire to wire, and looks like 3 of them can take the mantle early.
Yeah, there are the 5, 4, and 3, but the 5, 4 has the most speed. They could go head to head to the quarter pole. So
yeah, you see the same order pretty much right here on the top total pace. At the end of the race, if those horses go too fast, it does look like the 1 and the 7 have a very strong late pace edge over everybody else. The 7 horse had 9-point last race speed figure edge. That's almost 2 lengths. Again, Andrew Beyer says 3 points is the number you're looking for. Based upon our race shape, most of the horses kind of balanced in there too. Maybe a little bit of an edge towards the speed horses. So maybe the 5 or the 4 or the 3 get out to the front and stay there. But it looks like one other horse in here, Terry, has the best chance to get a race today that looks like it's winning efforts.
that's right. All of them have some kind of speed, but you take a look at that 6, and it's at almost 73% above the, and that's 50, the threshold's 50%. So that's pretty nice.
Yeah. So we see here the 7 horse, a huge early line favorite off of that top total pace, Terry. It's also our top total pace horse, along with the 1, 3, and 4. Usually the top 4 produces the winner. Anybody going to beat that favorite today, Terry, in round 2?
Well, I like the 7, Devil in Disguise. He ran second versus Tougher in his last race. Drops in class today, has the best turf speed among today's starters, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Then I like 1, like My Life Story, ran second on the dirt in his last race. His early speed running style helps chances, so the shorter distance will be a help, and he has a high percentage winning trainer. 4 is my third choice, drops in class today. His best turf speed is faster than the average winning speed. He has a high percentage winning trainer. I like the 2 is my long shot. He won his last start at Saratoga.
I don't think the 2. I think the 2 is out of race number
2 is gone.
Yeah, 2 is epithet is scratched. So you like somebody else there?
Yeah, I'll put it in later.
Okay.
So anyway, I like 50-cent pick 4. I like the 1-7 with the 2-3-4, 2-3-5-7 with the 1-4-6, 3-4-7-8, $48 ticket.
Yeah, I'm going to start off with the 7-horse too. That one did run the top last race speed figure. Drops nearly 2 lengths in class. Again, we see that right here, 1.8 lengths. It's a pretty significant drop in class for the 7-horse and is a top total pace horse as well. I hope to beat him, though, to be honest with you. The 1-horse can do that. My Life Story, if it is our simulation favorite. The last race was a little better than it looks, a better final time. And today, Irad Ortiz rides. And then I'm going to go with that 3-horse Billionaires Row. That's the one Terry added at the back end of its picks right there. Some great workouts prepping. This horse is making just its 4th start of its career, so there might be some hidden, untapped potential come to the fore today. And then finally, number 4, Alexis Zorba could be on the lead, where 50% of the horses so far have gone wire to wire. And when this horse gets up front and gets loose on the lead, it becomes dangerous. I'm going to do a 50-cent pick 4. The 7 probably wins and really reduces the payouts on all of these things. But 1, 3, 7, I'm going to go 3, 5 in the next leg, and then 4, 5, 6, and then close it out with the 1, 3, 4, 7, and 8 for $45 for the first of the Don Johnson Miami Vice pick 4s. Race 1 about to get cooking, and right now in race number 1, it looks like the hold on a second, I'm right there. The 7-horse is your favorite at 2-1. Then you got the 5-horse at 5-2. So the 7 is our simulation favorite. It looks to me like the 3-horse in here, Chasing Daylight, is some value. 7-2 in our simulation odds versus currently 14-1 as your likely pace setter. Heck, that could work out pretty well. Also made our top 4 in there. So maybe the 3-horse is one to consider. Very strong par plus as well. A horse that should have an opportunity to hit a par speed figure today. Let's see how race number 1 plays out. And they're off and they're running in the first race. And the way I see it, I can't tell. It looks like the 3 and the 5 have gone towards the front. 5 is going to take a pretty funky trip, it looks like, at the moment. Probably not what you want your horse to do if you're back into 5 a little bit wide. Never my favorite place for a horse to be. So the 3, then looks like the 2. I see the 5. I really can't stand these little squares, to be honest with you. Kind of honest opening quarter of 24 and 31, so they're not running that fast. So these 2 should be able to maintain, with speed being the bias. Behind them, you have the 2-horse and the 4-horse. They make their way down the backstretch. Really not much change in the running order. 1-horse down on the rail, 6 in the back of the pack, trying to make its way through. I don't know what happened to the 7-horse. I don't see him in the did he not run today, Terry? Or no, he's just mixed in oddly with these squares. I can't tell. It's really tough to. I don't see the 7-horse anywhere. It does look like the 1-horse, though. Royal Bobby is going to make a pretty strong effort to come up and get these.
7 lost his jockey.
There you go. You knew something funny happened there. A 5-horse got a pretty good hold. The jockey hasn't asked that guy to go. So I would say that Sweet Anniversary is going to win. I don't want to jinx anybody who's bet that horse to win, but my guess is it's got a good shot to win. And the only question is not going to be by does it win. It's going to be by how much it wins by. Although you do have the 2-horse coming up sort of aggressively on the outside. So maybe the 2-horse can make a competition out of this. Is the 5-horse is really shortening up stride. So I did jinx everybody who bet the 5. It's going to go 2 and then 5. And maybe the 1 catches the 5 at the wire. 2, 5, 1, and then I think 6, 3. 2, 5, 1, 6, and 3. So Acha Ira, which if we go back here and look at we pointed out that horse was the only one to show better form both in all of its pace numbers and its fractions last time out. Terry, you also pointed out the jockey trainer combination in there. Didn't make our top 4. But it did make our top 4 in simulation odds right in there. So one to consider. And also, if you look over here on our C-zone, was our top C-zone horse. A lot of reasons to like that 2-horse. Terry and I had him in our picks. Wish we had him at top. All right. Race number 3, we have another chance to put a horse at the top of the ticket that can take the W, Terry, and the conditions here are pretty straightforward.
Yep, 6.5 furlongs, claiming race, $17,500 claiming price, purse $38,000 for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward, which have never won 3 races.
6.5 furlongs to get that third win. Horses usually stalk the lead, although 18% did go gate to wire. There's a rail discount for Santagata. 2 through 7 play fair. 8 and out gets a little bit of a bonus. So if you're off the rail in race number 3 and you got some speed, you got a chance, and there's one that's on the outside, a Buffalo Girl, Terry, that can fly.
That's right. That 7 can really go. It's got 68% data, and that's three times the closest one, the 6. I think if there's no problem getting out of that gate, it'll get to that quarter pole first.
Yeah, nearly a 5-point early pace advantage. All the reason in the world to believe that 7 horse is going to be on the lead. And we see the 7 horse, just like the 2 in the last race, improved early pace, mid pace, late pace, fractions last time out. The 4 horse Harlan's also showing some better early pace, along with better fractions last out. Everybody dropping in class, although this 5 horse is going down 2.5 lengths. Pretty significant drop in class there, Terry. Everybody pretty much wants to be middle forward. Maybe this is a race you consider jockeys, Terry.
Well, you can see there the jockey, the best one is the 2. It's also the best trainer. I think it's the best jockey-trainer combination.
Everybody in this race has hit par. 1 horse with an outstanding chance, Terry, to do it again today.
That's right. That 5, if you look there, it's almost 81%. We like that threshold above 50%. So that's probably going to be pretty good here.
Yeah, great chance that horse can hit 77, which is kind of low if you think about it on the bar there in terms of getting it done. 5 horse also top total pace, a handful of points better than everybody else. Well, the 5 horse in the opening race had a 10-point advantage, managed to finish second. Terry, can the 5 horse in this case take advantage of that 5-point advantage?
Well, I really think the 3 may be a little better. 5-2. She won her last race at Aqueduct. She has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 44% of the races when dropping a horse off a win, and she has a high percentage winning jockey. And then the 5, my 2 Sophia's, she drops in class today, has the highest last race speed figure, and she has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 27% of the races in a horse's first time competing in a claiming race, and she has a high percentage winning trainer. Bam's Bliss Kiss, the 7, my 3rd choice, drops in class today, can improve while returning to dirt. She has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 25% of the races when taking a horse from the turf to the dirt, and her best dirt speed is fast among today's starters. And then I like number 2, Book of Wisdom, is my long shot. She has a high percentage winning trainer and switches to a high percentage winning jockey. No additional bets in here for me.
I'm going to take that 5 horse in here. My 2 Sophia's with that 5-point total pace edge, simulation favorite, and taking the biggest class drop. I'm also going to put $25 to win on the 5 as the beginning of my Benny and the Bets bankroll being unwound. Then you have the 3 horse, 5-2. That's a Linda Rice horse, claim and drop. She's won 4 out of 9 races like that, Terry, so that's a pretty good angle for her. But the one thing I like to evaluate when trainers are doing that is how much money are they going to make, right?
Yeah.
So you see here they claim that horse for $40,000, right? Which is a pretty big price tag. If they get claimed, they're going to get $17,500, right? Is that how much they're paying for these horses? Yes, $17,500.
Yeah.
And then if you look at the purse money is $38,000, of which the winner gets roughly 60%. So I rounded up to 40, so I can do the math, right? So that's 28 grand plus 1750. That's what, 45.50. You're going to make like $5,000 on the horse. Actually, a little bit less than that.
Yeah.
Seems to me like that's a small profit for such a big drop. I think that's an indication they want to get rid of this horse more so and collect a check along the way. Number 2, Book of Wisdom is next on my list. Consistent performer. I think getting Flavian Pratt today, the top jockey so far, is an upgrade. And then number 7, Bam's Bliss Kiss. That one's going to be on the lead. When the horse is on the lead, can be very difficult to beat, and it's won 2 out of 3 races at the distance. As I mentioned, I'm unwinding some of my Benny in the bankroll. $25 to win on my 2 Sophias. Race 4, Terry, next on our agenda. Take it away.
Okay, well, we're going to go to 6 furlongs, claiming race $40,000 claiming price. Purse is $68,000 for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward.
All right, so at this distance for race number 4, we're looking for horses again that can stalk. 3 out of 9, so not a whole lot of races so far have won on the lead. Another rail discount, so maybe there's something up at the rail at Saratoga so far. 2 and 3 get a bonus. 4 through 7 almost fair. 8 and out get a bonus as well. Terry, let's take a look at race number 4's smart sheet. And what do you see that stands out to you here?
Well, first of all, we have another horse that shows a lot of speed compared to the rest, the one horse. So it's got a lot of speed. And then as far as how they've done in the past, only the 4 has exceeded or equaled the speed par numbers. But as you can see there, the rest of them came close within. They're all maybes, and they all have a chance to do it today, except for the 3, with the 5 having the best chance. Best jockey and trainer combination is the 6, as you can see up there. And they're all got comfort zone numbers. That 4 horse looks like it's got a really good comfort zone number. It'll be very comfortable in the race.
Now, this race could set up nicely for a closer because you see almost everybody else wants to be forward, middle forward. So if you're looking for a closer, that 2 horse, talking in cursive, a more than 1 length late speed advantage over everybody else. Also the top total pace horse in here, Terry. I don't have the 2 in my picks. I might regret that, Terry. Although the 5 horse does another 5 horse with a last race speed figure edge worth monitoring. Neither one of us has that 2. Are we going to regret it?
Yeah, I know. I have it as my first alternate, but I might regret it. Anyway, I like the 6 Olga. She won her last 2 races in a row, goes for a hat trick, has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 26% of the claiming races that this trainer has a horse running in, and she has a high percentage winning jockey. Majestic Return, the 1, drops in class today. The shorter distance will help, and she has a high percentage winning jockey. The number 4, Proud Foot, is drops in class today also and has a highest speed figure at today's distance. She has a high percentage winning jockey. And then there's the 5 Always Angels. She finished 3rd versus similar in the last race, and she can go the distance. My pick 4 is 1, 4, 6 with the 3, 4, 7, and 8, with the 1, 6, 7, and 9, with the 2, 3, a $48 ticket. So
I'm going to start with the 4 horse theory. That one is the only yes horse in the field, as we saw here on our smart sheets. It also has the top C zone. I feel like that combination means we have to have this horse in our picks no matter what. Olga, this one has a very aggressive 3 furlong work. The horse usually coming from middle of the pack or back. I think today they're going to send this one with Flavian Pratt. Number 5, Always Angels. I don't like what I just did there with the Google Sheets, but I'll correct that. Top last race speed figure was 4 points better than everybody else. It's the 3rd 5 horse in 4 races to make that claim, and is also our simulation favorite. And then finally, Majestic Return. That 1 horse for sure, as we saw on our smart sheet, it's going to go forward. Maybe cutting back in distance helps, but this horse likes to fade at the end of the race. This is one of the reasons why I couldn't put it even higher than I wanted to put it. You look here, just constantly at the end of the race is always going to be falling back. The last time the horse hung on was way back here. So maybe today breaks that trend. I don't know, but I'm not going to bet on that in my pick 4. I'm going to go 4, 5, 6, 1, 3, 4, 8, 2, 4, 6, 7 with the 2, 5 at the back of the pack for my Don Johnson. Race 5 marks the end of the first half of this 10-race card. Terry, this one is the first of 2 stakes races. What's it all about?
Well, it's a mile. It's on the inner turf, and it's the De La Rosa stakes race. It's $135,000 stakes or purse, and it's an inner turf for fillies and mares 4-year-olds and upward, which have not won a graded stakes race in 2024 or 2025.
What's funny, Terry, is that Both stakes races have the same name today. The De La Rose Stakes, both 135 grand. I think one's for girls and one's for boys. But yeah, interesting that they named it the same thing. When I was doing some work, I'm like, wait a minute, is this a typo? But no, it was correct. So 1 mile on the inner turf. What you're looking for in this case, Terry, in a limited number of races, 7 of them, 3 went wire to wire. The inside 3 horses have done the best. 4 through 7 a discount. So far, nobody in the 7 races from 8 or out. So in race number 5, Terry, if you have inside speed, you got a chance. But it looks like, once again, we find one on the outside that's going to be the one to catch.
Yeah, the 8. But I really think it's anyone's guess who's going to get that quarter pole first, because there's several with some good speed.
All right. So I look at this. We see also, Terry, that there's 3 horses that have hit par, 2 have come close, and two reds.
Yeah, the 3, 7, and 8 have either equaled or exceeded the par speed number for this. And then you can see there that the 5 is a maybe, and the only other 2 horses, the 1 and the 3 or 4, both have no's. So there you go. If you look at what there's above 50% today, you're going to see that the 3, 7, and 8 are above 50% threshold for today's speed par number.
Yeah, you look at only one class dropper here in Edict. Race shape, probably a little bit more middle back, but again, kind of balanced in here. Our speed chart shows us there's really not a lot of history for these horses. You can see the top and bottom of their speed number range relative to everybody else in this field. So this looks like a pretty open race, Terry. Maybe you go with the top 4 total pace horses. We got an 8 in here as a pretty strong morning line simulation favorite. Who's your favorite?
Okay, well, in this race here, I like the 3, Deep Satin. Finished in the money in 5 races out of 6 career starts. He's won 2 of those races. Drops in class today, has a high percentage winning jockey, and she has a bullet workout on July 5th. And then I like number 4 as my second choice, finished 3rd versus Tougher in her last race, drops in class today. She has a high percentage, or she has a good workout on June 30th, 4 furlongs. Number 8, In Our Time, is my 3rd choice, ran 6th in her last race as a favorite, but she has a high percentage winning trainer. And this trainer wins 27% of the races when bringing a beaten favorite back to race again. Her turf speed is fast among today's starters. Then she has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. And then number 7, Wait to Be Marie, is my long shot. She finished in the money in 4 out of her last 5 races, winning one of those starts, and she has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer. No additional bets for me here.
I'm going to start off with the 3 horse 2, Deep Satin. That's my top choice here, Terry. Has a strong bullet workout between races. Going to make the 3rd start after a layoff for the first time in its career. I have found, anecdotally, I suppose, that the 3rd start for the first time is either a boom or a bust, and I think that bullet leads me more towards boom than bust. Alluring Angel, the 1 horse next on my list, off since September. The works are pretty solid in there, Terry. Certainly a horse that will be showing some late legs at the end of the race. In Our Time, that 8 horse, that's the one that's going to be out front. Catch Me As You Can as the simulation favorite, although that outside post hasn't been favorable yet. And then number 4, Heredia. This one's a Group 3 winner in England, which means it should fit at this level for sure. Second up after more than a year on the sidelines. And again, when a horse is sidelined for a long time, comes back, runs, takes a rest again, and that second start, anything can happen. So not quite sure. I think that 3 horse with the strong bullet workout booms today. $10 to win on Deep Satin. Race 6 takes us to the second half of the card, Terry. But before we move on to the second half of the card, we will be off tomorrow. Tom has some family events that take priority over the 4 and Friday. He says we'll return next week. Hopefully we do. But I know for sure you and I will be back for Parks on Monday and Tuesday, most likely Delaware on Wednesday. Thursday, we'll be right back here at Saratoga. And to make sure you don't miss any of that, Terry, how can you watch and win?
Well, subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you're notified about the programs coming up. Go ahead and copy the link down at the bottom there and share it with everybody you know so they can come and check us out. Go to our social sites such as X, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Blue Sky, at Horse Race, the number 2 day. Give us a thumbs up and a like, and also keep the comments coming and picks as we like to see them. It helps with the helps with our algorithms.
Yeah, race 6 could be, I mean, this one pretty much is the anything can happen race of the day. What is it about, Terry?
All right, so race 6 is a 5.5 furlong on the turf. It's a maiden race, $100,000 purse. It's for maidens, fillies, 2-year-olds.
Yeah, and just about everybody in here, Terry, except for the 7 horse, is making their first start today. The 7 horse should show some speed, Terry. And he's also dropping a little bit in class. When we look at these horses that are making their first start, we have a 3-point ranking system right here. And then usually the higher the score, the better, right? So here you see the 4 horse, 2.94 out of 3 points. Also like to look at these back bullet workouts there, Terry, or last race bullet. I have found that those are predictive of how horses might actually run. There's really no data to discuss here, Terry, other than which horses look like, according to our first-time starter data, might be the ones you want to focus on with those works. Those look like the 2, the 3, and the 4. Who do you think, Terry, gets the job done today with the first W's of their careers?
Well, I like the 6, Aporia. She's the first-time starter, and the breeding suggests she'll like the grass. She has a high percentage winning trainer. The winner trainer wins 21% of the maiden special weight races he has the horse running in. Has a high percentage winning jockey and a good workout on July 3rd at 4 furlongs. And I like the 7, Gracie's Delight, who ran second versus similar in the dirt in her last race. Her dam has 1 winner from 2 starters, and she has a high percentage winning trainer. And then I like the 1, Hot List, another first-time starter whose breeding suggests she will like the grass, and she has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. 9, Inspire Courage, first-time starter, has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 21% of the maiden special weight races he has a horse running in, has a high percentage winning jockey and a good workout on July 3rd as well. And no additional bets for me in this race.
I'm going to start with the 4, Cooperation. Number 4, Cooperation, is the 2.94 out of 3 with the back bullet workout. Big fan of that. Then I'm going to go with the 2 horse, Keto Drink. It's our second rated first-time starter. That one, along with the 4 horse, has some decent workouts as well. Back bullet in there. Then I'm going to go with the 6 horse, Aporia. That one, Terry, has the best turf breeding. The workouts are okay, but you're getting Flavian, Pratt, and Clement. And then number 7, Gracie's Delight. This one's raced twice so far. Should jump off to a good start, although you don't know what the other horses in here are going to bring to the table. That one's burned money so far, been well bet in both starts. Maybe gets out to the front and just says, you know what, I've got experience, the rest of you don't. I'm going to use that experience to my advantage and take home the top prize. I feel like with these 2-year-olds, anything could happen. The 4 and the 2 offer me some decent odds. So I'm going to do a trifecta box, 2, 4, 6, and 7. The late pick 4 starts here in race number 7, Terry. The last pick 4, Don Johnson, Miami Vice of the week. And how are they, what are they running for in this place?
It's a 1.125 miles, and it's a purse of, or it's a maiden race, a purse of $100,000 for maidens and fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward.
All right. So agree with Terry on the 6, 6, 7, and 9. All right. That makes me feel bad, but thank you, Private Ross. 1.125 miles, which we saw, I believe, in the opener. Early speed did do pretty well, I feel like, in that race. 31% of the time they go wire to wire, although the 2 did run down the horses at the end there. 2 and 3 get a bonus. 4 through 7 a discount. 8 and out is a bonus, Terry. So in race number 7, once again, I'll leave it to you to pick out some things on the sheet here that you find to your liking.
Well, you can see there that the 2 and the 4 are very close in their data numbers for the speed. I think as long as they get clean breaks, they're going to go head-to-head that quarter pole. And then you could take a look there and see that the only horse that even came close to exceeding the speed par number for the race in the past has been that 2. And that's the only one that really shows that it could do the same thing again today, although the 5 has a little bit of a chance. If you go and look at the comfort zones, that 2 and that 4 both are way above 50%. So they're going to be very comfortable in the race. And according to what I see here, the 5 is the best jockey, 4 is the best trainer, 5 has the best jockey trainer combination. And I think there's some good overlays here. The one has an overlay from 14-1 to 10-1, small overlay on the 2 for 4-5 to 6-5, and the 7 has an overlay of 10-1 to 12-1.
Just look at the race shape, Terry. The 7, 1, and 3 have finished within 5 lengths of the leader. Everybody else so far not. Two things that stand out to me here, Terry: Endorse and Lost Horizon making second starts in here. So if they build on their debuts, their numbers could take them over par. Par for this race being 89. Both of them could significantly get past 89. So those are two things to pay attention to. The 2-horse did run the top last race speed figure in its debut. Top total pace, 9 points better than everybody else. Terry, I think if the 2-horse improves at all, it could be difficult for anybody to beat Endorse. Do you endorse?
I did. I like the 2. Finished third versus similar in her only start. Her best start speed is fastest among today's starters, and she has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Reality Star of the 3 finished third in her only 2 starts, and she has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Number 5, Lost Horizon. She has a high percentage winning trainer and wins 32% of the races. In the first race a horse he trains runs at a route, and she has a high percentage winning jockey. The 7 is my long shot, finished in the money 3 races out of her 4 career starts. Tried turf in her last and didn't do very well, so she can improve by returning to dirt, and she has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. And so I'm going to play the last Miami Vice, Don Johnson pick 4, and I think it's kind of wide open. I'm going to go 2, 3, 5, 7 with the 1, 4, with the 3, 4, 5, with the 1, 3, 7, 8, $48 ticket.
As for me, Terry, I don't think it's as wide open. I think that 2-horse Endorse with the top last race speed figure, top total pace, second race par ability, all versus no horses in here. I think the 2-horse could have its way with this field if things go according to plan, but that doesn't always happen. Our good friend Tom always says low odds, second place. That's my fear for Endorse. If so, Lost Horizon, the other second race par ability horse in the field. So that one can improve in round 2 off the bench. I think there's some good opportunity there as well. Resurged, the 6-horse, had a tough start in its debut. Since then, has a trio of decent workouts. I think there's no question that Resurge will be a better horse today. And then finally, number 1, Lobby Rendezvous, better in round 2 off the sidelines, upped its early pace and ran faster last time out. So I expect a better horse today too. I'm going to do my 50-cent pick 4-2-5 with the 1, 4, 8, 1, 2, 3, 6 with the 3, 7, and 8. I'm going to put another $25 on Endorse out of my Benny in the Bets budget. Race 8 coming up. Looks like this is going to be Terry's best bet. But before we get to Terry's best bet in race number 8, we need to talk about what his horse is running for.
Okay, it's a mile. It's an inner turf, but it's the second stakes race. It's a purse $135,000 for fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and upwards, which have not won a graded stakes sweepstakes in 2024 or 2025.
Yeah, it's the second time they're going to run the same race, Terry. So yeah, we should just pay attention to the first one and bet them in the same order, no?
It might be a good idea.
Yeah, it could be. You never know. So at a mile on the inner turf, as we talked about in the first De La Rose Stakes, they haven't run a whole lot of them. So what data we have so far says 3 out of 7 have gone wire to wire, where the inside horses have the advantage over the outside horses. So show me some speed in race number 8 on the inside, and you probably got yourself a horse that can contend for the W, Terry.
That's right. That 2 shows a lot of speed, a lot more than the rest of them, so it should get the quarter pole first.
Yeah, and I don't know that I have the 2 in my picks. I might come to regret that. A whole bunch of them have shown that they can hit the necessary speed figure, the average one of 92. That's a pretty good number there. Terry, who has the best chance to do it today?
Well, you can see there that all of them have a good chance, but that 4 is above the 50% threshold that we like. It's the only one that is.
Yeah, so Par Plus, we do 1,000 simulations where we project out a speed figure. In this case, the number we were looking at, 92. And in 605 out of 1,000 simulations, the speed figure that it generated from moving on up was equal to or better than 92. And I found those Par Plus numbers, again, very predictive. Some other numbers that are very predictive are the top last race speed figure as well as the top total pace. This one's almost 2 lengths better than everybody else, Terry. Although I have to say, when we look at this race shape, most of the horses want to be middle back. There is an inside speed bias. Do-gooder should be up on the lead. Terry doesn't need it as an EP type, has one of the, actually, I think he has the best C-zone. That 2-horse can get out to the front and steal this one, Terry, and neither one of us has them in our picks.
No, I sure don't, but I like the 4 as my pick of the day. She finished 3rd versus Tougher in her last race, drops a class today, has high percentage winning trainer Safi Joseph Jr. and high percentage winning jockey Irad Ortiz Jr. Then I like the 1 as my second choice, finished 3rd versus Tougher in her last race. She has a high percentage winning trainer who wins 25% of the non-graded stakes races he has a horse running in, and she has a high percentage winning jockey. And then I like number 7, Charlotte's to Approval. Charlotte's to Approval. She won 3 races out of the last 5 starts, so she likes winning, and she has a high percentage winning trainer. And then I like the 8 as my long shot. Spinning Colors have been in the money at Parks Racing, at Saratoga, 75% of the races, and she's won 75% of those. And at today's distance, she's won 100% of her starts. I'm going to bet $40 to win on the 4, a $10 exacta 4 over the 178, and a $5 exacta box 147.
Private Ross's favorite beer is Miller High Life. I don't drink anymore, to the benefit of the rest of the world, believe me. But what's your favorite beer, Terry, when you drink?
Oh, my favorite beer? Probably, I don't know.
I think I used to drink genuine, like the one that's dangerous. I liked Miller Genuine Draft when I drank. I didn't mind those foreign beers, but a lot of times they had like that skunk taste to them.
Yeah,
I wasn't a big fan of that.
I like Stella, I guess is the one I like. Stella.
Yeah. I don't know if I remember drinking it because I probably had too many of them when I had it. Anyway, Ozara, the 1-horse. Private Ross says, Rich likes the 1-horse. Really makes 2 starts in a row. We talked about this yesterday. You see here this horse, staggered starts. 1 start to the sideline, 1 start to the sideline, 1 start to the sideline. 2 starts. Rarely makes 2 starts in a row. Last time it just missed by 3/4 of a level length at this level. I suspect that this horse is finally healthy. And on the inside 3, moving on up to the east side, the Jeffersons. Yes. This horse has by far the top par plus, so very likely to be able to get what's needed. Top last race speed figure and a 2-length total pace edge over everybody else, as they say in Philadelphia. Spinning Colors, that 8-horse Terry won 3 of its 4 races on Toga turf and 2 of 2 at the distance. And then finally, Fun with Flags. This one, Terry, the French form says this horse probably actually the one to beat in this race. But when you look at the races over in France, the footing was soft. Comes over to the States, the footing is really never like that. So maybe this is a horse that likes a little moisture in the track. So keep an eye out for that one. If it's ever on a track on a wet day. But if it finds its form, it could be really difficult. That 2-horse was really one I was considering next. And I certainly hope the do-gooder doesn't do bad for me today. All right, Terry, race number 2, they're getting ready to line up and run, so we'll talk about what we see. Before we do that, just a reminder that today's free picks are at Belterra Park at Guaranteed Tip Sheet. There is a link in the description below. If you've enjoyed the Smart Sheets, there's also a link in the description on YouTube with an explanation about what every data point means, so take advantage of that. When the show is over, head on over to horseracingtoday.net. Right there, smack dab in the middle of the screen, you will see a link to today's commentary along with a race replay in the description on YouTube. We will time stamp every single race. And when you're there, hit that HRT gear button. Come on over here. Get yourself a baseball shirt. This is number 11, but you can take the number off. You can do it whatever you want with it. You can put different colors on there so you can design the shirt to your liking. It's certainly a great way to support the show. 4 days left. Save 15% if you put out $65 or more. Terry and I would greatly appreciate it. What else would we greatly appreciate, Terry?
We'd really like it if you would subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you're notified about all the programs coming up, and then copy the link below and share it with everybody you know. They can come check us out. I know they're going to like what they see. And then go to our social sites that are scrolling down at the bottom, such as X, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Threads, at Horse Race number 2 day. Give us a thumbs up and a like, and also keep these comments like Private Ross has been doing today and picks. We love to see them, and it really helps us.
So in race number 2, as you might suspect, that 7 horse is the 3 to 5 favorite. Looking at our simulation odds in race number 2, we don't think he should be that low. We have it really quite higher. The 1 horse looks like the one that you might consider betting right now. It's 9 to 2. We have it as our simulation favorite, so why not? Anytime you can take out one of those horses that's a big favorite, it usually works to your advantage. Next up would be the 4 horse at 6 to 1. A little bit of an overlay there. The 6 horse at 15 to 1. That might be one ready to set twirl that you can look at. It does have a maybe on there. Good chance to get above par. Maybe that's one to take a look at in there as well, especially considering that 6 horse has the top C-zone score. So maybe a nice 6-1 exact the box for $1. Heck, if it comes in for $2, you'll definitely make more than $2, Terry.
That's right.
So it looks like they're all about ready to get in there for race number 2. Just a couple more to load. I will go about letting you know what I see. And then from there, Terry, we'll talk about the end of the card and get ready, set for the weekend.
Okay, sounds good.
So the 7 horse, I think it's the last one to load. It is in. The camera has gone to the side angle of the starting gate, which means at any moment, the starter should press the button and the horses should get running. And indeed, that is what happened. And the 5 horse, along with the 4 horse, Terry, that one, Alexis Zobra. We thought it might be one that tested for the lead, and it has indeed tested for the lead. The 5 and the 3 are also in that mix. So just as our smart sheets predicted, the 4, 5, and 3 are the ones that they're going to have to eventually pass at some point in this race. The one, it looks like the 7 horse, that heavy favorite, is in a stalking 4th position, and looks like he's going to probably try to make his way around the 3 at the moment. The 1 down on the rail trying to save ground. I don't know that the 1 horse is going to have a shot because the jockey's already all out on that guy. Around the turn they go along the shrubbery. The 4 horse, Terry, he might be tough to beat. The 5 horse, the 3 horse, they're all getting involved in this race right now. Let's see who's going to win this race. It looks like it's going to be either the 4, the 7, or the 3. The 7 horse has dipped his nose by, then the 3, then the 4, and then the 6. So 7, 3, 4, and 6. Unfortunately for you and me, Terry, the 7 horse won. Well, neither one of us had you would have needed the 1 to come in, if not that. So yeah, the 3 to 5 ekes out a win there. Actually 1 to 2. Not the best way to start a pick 4 for sure, Terry.
No, it's not. But at least we've got it started. So we've got the pick 4 started with the 7. So.
Yes, indeed. So we got what, 8, 9, and 10 to go? Is that right?
9,
no,
10.
9 and 10. So the late daily double, because we already did Terry's best bet. So let's talk about the beginnings of the late double.
Okay. It's 6 furlongs, and it's an allowance race, $28,000 or $20,000 allowance. And it's a purse of $58,000 for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward, which have started for a claiming price of $20,000 or less since July 10th, 2024. And which have not won 2 races since April 10th, 2025.
Yeah, and at 6 furlongs, early speed, 3 out of 9, wire to wire, rail discount for Spiritual Lady, 2 and 3, bonus, 4 through 7, almost fair, 8, not again, only 9 races. So the data set's kind of skinny. So put some emphasis on what it shows so far preliminarily. But in the end, I would rather look at what we know to be true, Terry. And we know that our simulations say that Problematica should be one that's a problem early on.
That's right. It should be in the first to the quarter pole. But as you can see, there's some other 2 or 3 others that are going to have maybe something to say about that 4, 1, and 3. So
yeah, they no horse though. So maybe that one does get to the lead, but did show better pace, better fractions last time out. So maybe surprises today, Terry. Decent jockey on it. Not the best though, but in there.
No, that's true. The jockey's pretty good. The 3 is the best trainer, but I think it's between the jockey trainer combination between the 3 and the 7.
7 maybe can get that job done. The 7 also with the top C-Zone score, again, there's that combination. Good chance to get to the lead. Best C-Zone, so not going to be at all intimidated out there, Terry. Everybody moving up in class. As we take a look at our top total pace, though, we got the 6, the 2, the 3, and the 4. 2-horse grading out as our simulation favorite. Looks first. Who do you think looks like they should be first?
Well, I like the 4 short shift. She won 5 races out of the last 7 starts, can improve at the shorter distance, and has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Then I like number 3, Killy Start, ran second in her last race. She has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Number 5, Our Liberty Bell, ran second versus similar in her last race at Aqueduct. Her best dirt speed is fast among, is close to the average winning speed, and she has a good 3 furlong workout on July 5th. And then I like the 7, Problematica. She won 2 races out of her last 4 races, and she has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer. I don't have any money left, so no additional bets for me here.
I'll begin with Killy Start, that 3-horse. That one, Terry, should be better in the third start after the layoff, and very consistent performer. So I know I'm going to get a good effort out of that one. Hopefully it's a winning effort. If not, Spiritual Lady, the 1-horse. That one upgrades to Irad Ortiz and should go fourth in the second start off the sidelines. Number 6, Despo's Dream. Top total pace horse in there, Terry. Faster and better early pace and last. I think cutting back in distance today is a bonus. And then looks first, that 2-horse. It's our simulation favorite that showed some killer late pace last out. I think it showed like a number of like a late pace of like 112 or something crazy like that, or 101. That's what you call stakes level late speed. That should put that horse in contention for an in the money finish, particularly when you consider the last few trips. If you read the comments on it, pretty tough, wide efforts. Today, going to get a better trip with an inside post. No bets for me, which takes us to the last race of this week, Terry. It's Saratoga. Again, we'll be back Monday and Tuesday for Parks, Wednesday for Delaware, Thursday once again at Saratoga. And fingers crossed we have a Foreign Friday finally to make sure you see all of that, Terry, because if you're not watching, you're not winning. How can you be a winner?
Subscribe to our YouTube channel and go ahead and hit that bell so you're notified about things like Foreign Fridays. And go ahead and copy the link, share with everybody you know. Go to our social sites that are scrolling down below here at Horse Race the number 2 day. Give us thumbs up and likes. It really helps us out. And then keep the comments coming as Private Ross has done today with his picks and comments, as we really enjoy to see them.
Yeah, I feel like that this race here, Terry, number 10, finale for this week is wide open. They're going to run 7 furlongs. What are the reasons they're running?
Well, it's a claiming race, $17,500, and it's a purse of $36,000 for fillies 3-year-olds and upward, which have never won 2 races.
So at 7 furlongs for the first time today, you're going to find that early speed does good. 17% of the horses that get the first call get the final call. Once again, a rail discount, so maybe something funny going on with that rail, Terry. 2 and 3 are almost fair. 4 through 7 best. 8 and out get a discount. So keep me off the rail. Give me some speed, and 2 of them have some gas.
That's right. The 3 and the 11 do, although the 3 has about 10% more. So I think the 3 will probably get to that quarter pole first.
Yeah, I'd say there's a pretty good chance that'll happen. It has a 7-point early pace advantage on the inside. Unless it sticks its nose in the dirt or stumbles or something along those lines, Terry, I do think the 3 gets to the lead. It's a pressure horse, so it's a little bit of a left arrow action there. Very balanced race. You got 4 on the front, 4 in the middle, 4 in the back. Of all of that, Terry, a lot of them look like they're going to enjoy exactly where they're at.
Yeah, there's a lot of them they're going to feel very comfortable. Almost all of them are above 50%. So, it's going to be a very comfortable race for most horses.
Yeah, it's going to mirror a lot of their better performances. A lot of horses showing some improvement. I'd like to see multiple levels of improvement. So maybe the 6, maybe the 1 in that respect. If you look at the speed chart, you'll see that the 8 horse has the most upside, although it looks to me like maybe the 3 horse, Terry, has the highest average, or maybe the 7. So the 3 and the 7, the highest average output. This race is completely wide open, Terry. 8, 5, 10, and 3 making up your top total pace horses. You got the 9 as your simulation favorite, as your top closer in there, Terry. Just a trio that have hit par, bunch that are close. Should we just pick the all button and go home?
Yeah, it'd be nice. Yeah, that sometimes I do that, especially with the horses that if I've got like a pick 4 going and that's the last race, I love to have all in that last race. So I like the 3 in here though. The Blue Eyed Scout finished 3rd versus similar in her last race, has a high percentage winning trainer jockey, and they added blinkers today to keep her mind on business. Number 7, Best Impression, is my second choice. She drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer jockey. Number 1, Handle on You, drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 29% of the races when taking
So
a
do you
horse.
want the 1 because you got the 11 in that spot?
That's the one. Yeah.
You meant to put the 1 in there? All
Yeah.
right, let me go back. I'll change that.
Anyway,
You just hit the 1 twice. That's
I
all.
must have done that. Yeah, in my haste. Anyway, she drops in class today. She has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 29% of the races when taking a horse down 2+ classes, and she has a high percentage winning jockey. Number 8, Rock Harbor, is my long shot, finished 3rd versus similar in her last race at Aqueduct, and she has the highest last speed rating. Her best dirt speed is fastest among today's starters. No additional bets for me. As I said, I'm out of money.
Hello, Don Johnson. How are you today? Because unless you read Rhinoceros Success, you'll become a rhino with thick skin. Yes, you have to be thick-skinned, I suppose, Terry, especially in this line of work. Some days you feel like you're on top of the world, and some days you feel like you have no idea what the hell you're doing.
That's right.
Yeah. Hopefully I know what I'm doing here, putting this 8 horse on top, Rock Harbor. I think this one has room to improve in the second start after a layoff. Terry, go back to where I'm supposed to be. The 8 horse, cut back in distance. This is one we learned from our good friend Charles when he was here before he went off to do his own thing elsewhere. But you see here, the horse showed some speed last time out, first off the bench, kind of faded at the end, and they're going to cut back in distance today. So I'm expecting better today. Thank you for that handicapping angle, Charles. If it works, if it doesn't, the hell's wrong with you? Number 3, Blue Eyed Scout, good chance to be the pace setter. It had some excuses not taking home the trophy in its last race. Number 7, Best Impression, only class dropper. And I find a lot of these races where you have 1 dropping in class, those horses do merit some attention as well. They're going to try to sell this horse for sure, but I think they want to check. And then finally, number 11, Bella Voce. I didn't mistype 1-1, Terry. I wasn't hasty like you, but I didn't make this pick with haste because it was a tough call for me over the 11 horse, over the 10 horse, because the 11 is a yes horse, 1 of 3 in the race, and does also have a high C-zone. So that's why I took the 11 over the 10. I do have a few bucks bet, so I'm going to do $50 trifecta box, 3, 7, 8, and 11. And then $13 to win on the Charles angle. Better come through for me, Charles, or I am going to be salty. Here are our picks for the day. In race number 1, the 7 horse lost its jockey. The 2 horse passed the 5 horse late. The 7 horse beat the 4, and then the 3 in race number 2, but did so at a short price. Here's the way we see the rest of the card in here today, Mr. Terry. As for our remaining bets, in race number 3, I think I'm putting $25 to win on the 5. Let's go 5. Yay, rah-hoo. Number 4, we have our pick 4s, Terry. Race number 5, I got $10 to win on the 3. Race number 6, the trifecta box with all of those first-time starters. The late pick 4 right here, and also $25 to win on the 2 for me. Race number 8 is Terry's best bet of the day. We skipped race number 9. Race number 10, I close it out with a trifecta and another win bet. Again, we'll timestamp every race. In just a moment, we'll post all of our thoughts over on horseracingtoday.net. Terry, any final thoughts from you before we part company for today?
Well, I want to wish everybody to have a rest of a great Thursday and then a wonderful 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Please stay safe and take care of yourself. Other than that, I'll see you on Monday at Parks.
Many watch the replay in the jockey room when they play cards. I hope that's true, man. I wonder. I've often wondered this, Terry, because something funny is going on with our YouTube because the number of views is way down. I contacted them. They swear nothing's wrong, but you can see in the data, I think somehow we've gotten shadow banned or something like that. Maybe Terry said something offensive. It would never be me, of course. But nonetheless, if you can help spread the word, we greatly appreciate that. Tell your friends, share our content. Copy the link on YouTube. Let me show you right quick how you can do that if you haven't done it yet. So if you go to YouTube and the horse racing, you'll see the show right here. So if you click on the show, the live, right here, there's a share button. Oh, I can't show you that. Hold on. You'll see right here, there's a share button. Click that share button, copy it, and then post that across your social sites. We would greatly appreciate any of that help. That's it for this week, folks. No matter what you're doing for the rest of this weekend, whether you're just chilling out with the family, catching some sun and some fun, or you're actually going to take, some actions towards your life goals. We certainly hope it's filled with God's grace, God's favor, and everything you do until we meet again finds its way to
the winner's circle.
Yes, hopefully we'll see you there. Have a blessed weekend. Looking forward to Monday.